Hello and welcome to my channel. What exactly is chemical bonding and how and why does it occur? Let's start with the fundamentals and the planetary model of the atom using classical mechanics. I will cover quantum mechanics in another video. All elements are made up of atoms. And all atoms consist of subatomic particles. These three main subatomic particles are protons, neutrons, and electrons. All atoms consist of a central nucleus. And in accordance with the classical mechanics model, this contains both the protons which are positively charged, and usually neutrons which are neutral carrying zero charge, surrounded by at least one orbiting electron which is negatively charged. It is important to note that both the protons and neutrons contribute equally to the main bulk of the mass of an atom, at least 3 orders of magnitude greater than that of the total mass of the electrons. You may also want to note that the atomic number of an element denotes the number of protons in an atom, which also equates to the number of electrons, that is of course, assuming that the atom is neutral, which I will expand on in another video. In addition to this, the relative atomic mass tells us the combined number of protons and neutrons. Therefore, with simple arithmetic, one can work out the number of neutrons by subtracting the atomic number from the relative atomic mass. Now, let's look at the first and the simplest of the elements from the periodic table, hydrogen, which is both an atomic number and relative atomic mass of 1. This tells us it has 1 proton in the nucleus, 1 orbiting electron and of course no neutrons. Let us also look at an element from group 6, oxygen. This element has an atomic number of 8 and a relative atomic mass of 16, which means it has 8 positively charged protons and 8 neutrons in the nucleus, with 8 orbiting negatively charged electrons. Chemical bonding occurs between atoms by the transfer or sharing of electrons in order to gain a stable group 8, noble gas electron configuration. For a simple compound like water, made up of 2 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen atom, each hydrogen atom would have to gain a single electron whilst the oxygen would have to gain 2 electrons. This configuration relates to the stable configuration equivalent to 2 electrons for helium and 8 electrons for neon respectively. Atoms can become bonded together to form molecules in 2 different ways. By way of ionic bonding or covalent bonding, ionic bonding involves the transfer of electrons from one atom to another, whereas covalent bonding involves the sharing of a pair of electrons between the respective atoms. In the case of hydrogen reacting with oxygen to form a water molecule, 2 covalent bonds are formed by the sharing of 1 electron from each hydrogen atom and 2 individual electrons from the oxygen atom as shown. Thanks for watching. I hope this was helpful. Please feel free to leave any comments.